have a nice little segment now talking about Massimo Luongo, my friend, because Kieran McKenna, prior to the West Ham game, confirmed he'll be leaving this summer. And what a journey he's been on. Of course, he originally joined on loan back in 2012 from Spurs, and obviously had a journey planned for Swindon and QPR and Sheffield Wednesday and stuff. And of course, rejoined, on trial from Middlesbrough after getting released from them in December, then signed as a free transfer, and obviously been part of this incredible group, back-to-back promotions. And yeah, he leaves as a hero because incredible. Best free transfer signing ever in Ipswich Town's history.
Yeah, I think Kieran McKenna went as far as saying possibly the best in football of all time, and went on to sort of point out, if somebody wanted to dig out the stats of his win percentage in that first 18 months at the club. Just trying to remember when he made his debut, because I remember he came in on trial just before Christmas, and I think he even was sort of asked to come in and train on Christmas Day without a contract at that point during that period. And he probably wasn't too enamoured with not seeing his kids on Christmas Day and training for someone that he wasn't employed for. But that probably shows you his desire and his mindset as a player. He came in, he got his contract signed, and it took him a little while to get into the team, to get up to speed. But once he got in, he stayed in, and Ipswich was a major part of that. They won 13 of the final 15 games on that charge to promotion in League One. Continued that midfield partnership with Sam Morsey in the Championship. Was one of the best midfielders in the Championship last season. What to say about Massimo? I mean, as a footballer, he's a real player's player. It's not to say that the fans don't see it, but he's not someone that is going to have a massive highlights reel. He's scored a few goals and some nice ones in there, but he's not probably got a flashy highlights reel as a player. But McKenna talks about, and how about this for a compliment? He says he's probably the best I've worked with in terms of football IQ. And you consider that he's coached Cristiano Ronaldo and co at Manchester United and worked with some of the world's best. That is quite something. So he played that sort of left-sided six role, really, and it probably does a lot of things in terms of, we talked about Leif Davis's struggles as a left back in the Premier League, and we all know his assists record in the Championship and League One. Maybe not to be underplayed how much Massimo Luongo sort of played in that. Someone that can sense danger, that can fill gaps and get drawn out to the left-hand side when he needed to, things like that. So very intelligent footballer. Off the pitch, really humble guy. I think you could see that in his send-off at the weekend when the players sort of pushed him forwards to have his moment, and he almost seemed a bit reluctant, took his acclaim and then was, wanted to sort of wave it on and, come on, that's enough now, guys. He's been a real pleasure to speak to whenever I've spoken to him. So, yeah, he's obviously had limited minutes this season. I think Kieran McKenna would have kept him as part of the squad next season, no doubt about it. But, there's a World Cup coming up in a year. He's back sort of in amongst the Australia side of things. So he's not standing in his way to go and play plenty of minutes next season. Going to be interesting if he stays in the Championship, if Ipswich run into him. But I'm delighted that he got the send-off that he deserved at the weekend.
Yeah, definitely one of the best. And he also got some great chants, Massimo, and then also Massimo Luongo, he's here. He's here, he's there, he's every, the rest, everybody. But yeah, what a great man.